What up, Epic Readers? I'm Jesse from the YouTube channel Jesse the Reader, and today I'm bringing you another episode of Epic Adaptations, the series here on Epic Reads where we keep you in the know on all the recent YA book-to-movie and book-to-TV adaptation news. It's November. Where has this year gone? We are almost at the end of 2024. I can't believe it, but I've got some updates for you, and I'm super excited about some of the things that I have to share with you guys today, so without further ado, let's dive on in. First up, we have news in regards to the upcoming adaptation for Shiver by Maggie Stiefvater. At some point last year, it was reported that Shiver was going to be adapted, and we finally have some casting news that I am super excited about. First up, we've got Maddie Ziegler of Dance Moms fame joining the cast. Since Dance Moms, she's been doing acting galore, and she'll be taking on the role of Grace. And then we've got Levi Miller joining the cast, who will be taking on the role of Sam. The film has already began production in Vancouver, and hopefully this means we'll see a glimpse of it in 2025. I don't know if we'll see the full film in 2025, that is my hope, but if we get a trailer, that'll be good enough for me. If you don't know anything about Shiver, it's a bit of a throwback YA book, and it involves werewolves. Are we entering back in our werewolves era? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. We follow Grace, who has always been comfortable with the wolves that live around her house, and then we follow Sam, who is a wolf during the winter season, and during the summer season, he turns into a human. But with this current summer transition, he is dreading turning back into a wolf, and he decides that he is going to fight that. He wants to stay human. Disney Plus recently teased the fact that Percy Jackson will be returning a lot sooner than a lot of us expected it to. In fact, season 2 is slated to be released in 2025. I honestly was a little bit nervous that they were going to make us wait a little bit longer for season 2, but I will gladly take a season each year. Please keep up with that release schedule. I will take it gladly. Anyone else agree? Disney Plus teased a few Percy Jackson clips in a coming to 2025 trailer that they dropped, which showcased all the things coming to the platform in 2025, and I am just so excited that season 2 is going to be dropping next year. Twelfth Night has been picked up by Netflix to be adapted. This is a reimagining of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. We follow V, who is a gamer. She is fully in her gamer era. She's sort of written off this big jock named Jack, but then one day she sees him playing one of her all-time favorite games, and her thoughts on him shift a little bit. V actually plays under a male avatar in the game, and when she gets to know Jack's character, she begins to realize that Jack has a lot of layers and that he has a lot more to him than meets the eye. But V is not exactly being truthful in who she is on this video game and getting to know him, so Jack thinks that he is talking to a guy. I feel like we all know where this is leading, and that is chaos. But I am completely sold on this book. I need to read it. I think after I finish this episode, I'm gonna track it down and get to reading, because I love the sound of this book. It's right up my alley, and I can't wait to see what Netflix does with it. An adaptation of the well-beloved book Babel is in the works. The studio Whip has acquired the rights to Babel, who previously worked on The Summer I Turned Pretty. They'll be working alongside Temple Hill Entertainment, who also worked on Twilight, so we've got lots of book-to-movie adaptation crossovers happening here. This is a epic historical fantasy book, and so many people have loved it and rave about it, so I feel like a lot of people will be excited about the fact that it's being adapted. We don't know if it's going to be like a TV series or if it's going to be a movie yet, but I will keep you guys updated once we get more information. But for those of you who don't know anything about Babel, essentially we are following our main character Robin, who is learning all these different languages in hopes of being inducted into Babel, and we follow him on that journey. We have a few Christmas books that have been picked up to be adapted, so first up we've got Juniper Christmas. This is still very much so in the early stages of production, but it sounds like such a magical story, and I'm excited to see what they do with this adaptation. Essentially in this book we have Juniper, who ends up working for Santa Claus, and he sends her on a wild Christmas adventure. Then In a Holidays has been picked up to be adapted, which I'm so excited about. I read this book a few years ago, and as I was reading it, I was like, this is gonna make the perfect film someday. Like, I can just see it in my mind, and what do you know? It's happening. We're getting the film. I'm not gonna give too much away, but if you love the holiday vibes and you also love like a time loop situation, you'll be sure to enjoy In a Holidays. Finally, the last bit of news that I had to share with you guys is that we've been teased some content for Exo Kitty Season 2, which is the spin-off to the To All the Boys I've Loved Before franchise. Netflix has dropped a few images, and they also dropped a release date. Exo Kitty Season 2 will be coming to Netflix on January 26th. And with that, we have reached the end of today's episode, but we want to hear from you guys down below in the comments. Let us know all your thoughts on today's episode down below in the comments. Which adaptation are you most excited for? Percy Jackson Season 2, Twelfth Night, Babel? Let us know all your thoughts down below in the comments. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next month with another episode of Epic Adaptations.